Hello, everyone. Now, have you ever stopped to think about how color affects your mood, or maybe how you feel when you walk into a certain room? Well, interior designers are well aware of the impact that your decor can have on you, and no one knows that better than our friends at Splendido, who have helped hundreds of people get settled into beautiful homes there. Now, joining us today are Gale and Marisela Panzarella, Splendido's interior designer and actually move-in coordinator, to kind of talk more about this thought. You guys, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Gale, let's actually start out with Splendido as a whole, which you are all about. It's many choices that you guys have there.
So many choices. So Splendido is in Oro Valley. It is a adult community for those 55 and better. It's actually a life plan community. So when you move to Splendido, you choose your wonderful home and you create a wonderful, active retirement lifestyle full of experiences and programs. And also what comes with Splendido is services. Housekeeping, concierge, 5 restaurants, and so all of these services are included. But the big part of Splendido is it's a life plan community, so you're planning for the future. On site is assisted living, memory support, and skilled nursing. If you ever need those services down the road, they're included. So you're pre-planning for the worst, and if the worst were to occur, you know where you're going to receive services, what it's going to cost, but in the meanwhile, you have this wonderful carefree lifestyle.
And we always say it's kind of a wonderful peace of mind.
Absolutely.
Something that you can't really put a price tag on, just kind of knowing everything is taken care of. And we're talking today about some of that, which is some of the services that you provide. And since I have you here, I'm of course going to pick your brain because you know all about interior design and decor and how it affects us. What are maybe some of the trends that you're seeing?
You know, fashion always, you know, we think the entire interior design always follows fashion. So you've probably seen already some trends with fashion, you know, some of the, you know, bright colors and yet a lot of the very natural textures as well. So in interior design, we're moving towards being a lot more clean lined. We're using a lot more textures, but we are also using a lot more organic materials. So we are really moving into a phase where we want sensual balance. We don't want the clutter and, you know, the hustle and bustle and the you know, crazy lifestyles that we all live. So now we're trying to incorporate a lot more organic stuff. And in that I mean it doesn't have to be very sterile or anything like that, but it has to be heavily edited. And some of those things could be just, you know, opening your doors to the outside. So in Splendido right now, we're designing some new villas that are really beautiful that we're going to bring the indoors, you know, into the home, the outdoors, I'm sorry, into, you know, into our grand rooms. The kitchens are spilling now into the family room. We don't have those separate kitchens anymore, but we have a lot more of an open room concept where you can entertain and you can be part of the family. Everybody can be participating. And like I said, we're opening a lot more windows. We're doing floor to ceiling windows, and that is really the trend that is happening throughout the country as well. We are incorporating a lot more natural materials, stone, you know, a lot more wood and natural wood. In fact, some people are using their natural resources from the local areas to contribute to the economy. So we're moving to an area where we want a lot more balance in our life. We want to just, you know, like the world outside. But in that, we want to create a lot more open spaces in our homes. We want to create a lot more clean lines. We want to be able to just be and create a mood that is kind of, you know, takes away the sensory overload of our everyday life.
Now, I know you're talking about clean, kind of that clean trend, but if we're incorporating color into that, how do we do that if we want to kind of get that, speaking of mood?
Absolutely. So color is a very important thing, and color is a very emotional part of design as well. And a very, you know, people either love saturated colors, people love no color at all. We have it all. We are staying away from the saturated colors now. We are moving more towards the neutrals. We're going all over the scale with the neutral colors. The grays are still very much in right now, but we're also moving to a few other colors like the blush. The millennials have brought back the gold, we call the gold blush, the gold pink that everybody's so crazy about. So we're actually creating palettes. They're a lot more in the pastel family, but it's not your typical pastel colors. It's not, you know, your minty greens. It's more of a sagey green. It's not your, you know, steel grays, but more of a warm gray. So we're going all over that, but we're creating a lot more quiet rooms, a lot more you know, sophisticated and quiet and clean. And like I said, we're really doing away with getting rid of the clutter. But, you know, we can still bring some stuff and, you know, special things, special mementos, special, you know, heirlooms that our family have passed through, you know, through generations.
Absolutely. Gail, and I know we're talking about trends in design, but trends in retirement in general kind of have a lot going on right now.
There's so many things that we're seeing, much as what Mari said, a more organic lifestyle and editing. So today's retiree is looking to edit their day-to-day life and take out the things that don't provide rewarding experiences, rewarding connections, joy, making a contribution. And so as our retirees are looking to redefine their retirement years, what they're doing is editing. And they don't want to do laundry, and they don't want to grocery shop, and they don't want to do yard care. They're also looking for a home that allows an easier maneuvering, allows easier entertaining. So Splendido is trying to accommodate both a lifestyle. Let us take care of all those things you want to edit out. Let us take care of the chores and the day-to-day. And then our new homes, we're about to open up a new phase of homes that will offer open floor plans and everything that Madi described. So they can create the experience. They're not that far from what the millennials are looking for.
Well, I want to remind everyone how they can get a hold of you guys to learn more. And of course, I know you guys have a great opportunity for people to learn from you, Madi, so I'm going to tell them about that. But ladies, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you very much.
Now, if you at home are interested in getting some more great advice from Madi, you're invited to a special event at Splendido. The upcoming Design Tips for Moves and Makeovers is happening next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Space is limited, so give them a call at 762-4091 to reserve your spot now, or email them at info@splendidotucson.com.